Do you get frustrated when your FIFA Ultimate Team player shoots like that? Well, I do, as you can see. But luckily, I found the guys at Foot Helper who helped me not to make my players shoot like absolute Josh McGinnises, and they can help you as well. If you want your weekend league games doing for you, if you want a bit of guidance, if you want some tips and tricks, you can, ask those to do it for a price, and you can get a discount if you use my code OldGrandpaJoe at checkout for 20% off your order. Right, hello everybody, and welcome to the preview for West Ham United versus Hull City on the 22nd of September at the London Stadium. Now, you may be able to see there, you won't be able to watch this game through I Follow Tigers because of broadcasting rules regarding Premier League teams and teams from the EFL. So it is through Carabao Cup officially. That is live. You can get that live for the same £10, but this time it doesn't go to the club. It goes to the EFL, I imagine. Well, you process the payment through the EFL. Whether it goes to the club, you'll find out. I don't know. Anyway, team news. Tom Eaves is the only absentee at time of recording. Now, that is significant. That is significant because Premier League sides still get tested for the virus weekly. EFL sides don't. So as a precaution, West Ham have paid for each member of the Hull City squad and coaching staff to have a COVID-19 test before the game. At the time of recording, I don't know the results for each player. Now, there's a reason that some of that is starred. That's because I would like to make a bit of money on this video. That's it. In terms of ref watch, again, I don't know. If I could tell you, I'll tell you. But the thing is, I don't know at time of recording. Stats then. Hull City had 52.9% of possession against Crewe. Of the 12 shots Hull City had against Crewe, 4 were on target. Hull City committed 24 fouls. Thomas Mayer got an assist on his league debut. 5 Hull City players were given yellow cards. Device, Smallwood, Elder, Wilkes, Mayer. What do I think then? Grant should make changes and play a similar team to what played against Leeds. Malik Wilkes plays better as a number 9. Thomas Mayer looked brilliant. I'd start him. West Ham won't put out as weak a side as Leeds did. I don't think Jared Bowen will play, but Robert Snodgrass will. Head-to-head battles then. Sean McLaughlin and Malik Wilkes. The people who we're focusing on today. McLaughlin will need to stop Sebastian Haller from getting goals like he did in the Charlton game in the last round for West Ham, and Malik will need to get past Fabian Balbuena, who kept a clean sheet against Charlton for West Ham as they beat them 3-0. On to the opposite view then. It does return after 2 games without an opposite view, and the opposite view will go back into non-existence for the Northampton game coming up on Saturday, because I've not had chance to arrange something as of yet, but things can change. So today we're hearing from West Ham fan Andy Gunning about West Ham this season. Oh, I'm just watching this Leicester-Burnley game here. Burnley have just put it in their own net. I was just about to talk about West Ham's form in the Premier League. But, yeah. Leicester take a 2-1 lead, and that is the same scoreline that Arsenal beat West Ham on Saturday night. So, let's hear from Andy Gunning and see what he thinks about West Ham this season. Andy, the stage is yours.
Hi guys, so this is my preview for the West Ham Hull game for the Carabao Cup. I've got to say, like, from a Hull perspective, I think they've done really well. So they've got a big result against Leeds. People could sit there and talk about and say, well, Leeds field a weakened side. At the end of the day, you know, you've got to play, you can only beat what's in front of you. And it's a derby, well, a bit of a derby game for them, you know, and you've gone out and done well, so well done for that Hull. And you got a good result against my local team, Crewe Alex, at the weekend as well. So you're kicking on, you're on fire, you know. And from a West Ham perspective, a team with confidence is very difficult to play against, especially when your confidence isn't great at the moment. yes, we got a very good result against Charlton from a very much changed side. I would anticipate that side very similar starting again. So it just comes down to really how we kick on, and how we approach that game. If we approach against Charlton like we did against Charlton, we should have too much for hold. In they were a Premier League side, with the greatest respects, whole League One, so we should be beating that team no matter what team we field. But as a Hammer, you're never really that confident because we never really do that well in the cup games, especially against lower league opposition. So I'd expect Randolph to play again in goal. Probably Johnson at right back. Cresswell probably play left back, maybe. And Bowen and possibly Diop or Ogbonna in centre. I think Cullen will play again. Noble had a minor injury. I wouldn't be surprised if he played. And then Lanzini with Anderson, possibly Yarmolenko and Allaire up front. I think that's the team that West Ham will go with. And, as a Hammer, I just hope that they kick on, get the results, get the confidence in, because we've got a very big game. Very, very big run of games, and we need all our players firing on all cylinders. I've got Snods as well, playing against his former club. I think he will start actually, maybe in place of Noble. So you'll have Snodgrass, Cullen again. So I think that'll be the team. I wouldn't be surprised to see Snods on the score sheet actually. Even though he's not playing in front of fans, he'll still be respectful about it, because he's just the ultimate professional, isn't he? But I do expect West Ham to have too much for Hull. But I think it'd be a very, very nervy game for the Hammers. My prediction, 2-1. 2-1 West Ham. There we go.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much to Andy. You saw his Twitter on screen there. That'll be in the description. Also in the description will be a Twitter account called Hammers Polls. I did something for their pre-show this weekend, and Andy Gunning said to me in DMs that he would like that account promoting as well. So Andy, there's your 2 accounts in the description, pal. And now we're on to current form. As you can see, Hull City, out of the first 5 of the season, we have won 4. West Ham, out of their first 3, have won just the 1. And Andy mentioned it, we're high on confidence. And teams that are high on confidence are hard to stop. So, West Ham, they've got a win against Charlton. I think we're a better team than Charlton this season, and we're running on high confidence. So I do believe that the game will be closer between the 2 sides than the West Ham Charlton one was. But yeah, West Ham, they lost 2-0 to Newcastle United on the opening day. And then a few days later they beat Charlton 3-0 in the Carabao Cup second round. And then on Saturday they lost to Arsenal 2-1 at the Emirates Stadium. Mikel Antonio scored for them. And in case you're wondering, in the Charlton round at the London Stadium, the guys that scored for them were Sebastian Haller, I believe, scoring twice, and Felipe Anderson getting a rare goal. Remember when he was smashing it in Serie A? Good God, where does time go? In terms of the league table, you can see I have updated it with the Carabao Cup and FA Cup league standings. As you can see, Hull City, they were 4th last week. Now they are 3rd. One of only 3 teams to have picked up maximum points so far this season. Down at the bottom end, there's Oxford, Crewe and Wigan, all yet to pick up a point. And there's Wimbledon and Portsmouth there who have drawn both games. In the EFL Trophy Group H North, it's still 3-2-1-0. We play Grimsby in a few weeks' time, so that one should be interesting. And as you can see there, Carabao Cup won both our games so far on penalties. And FA Cup hasn't started yet, but it won't be long until the FA Cup starts, because I believe they're into the first qualifying round. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there's 4 So about November time, we may well be entering the FA Cup. Late October, early November time will be when we enter the FA Cup. So it's going to be a long, hard season, this one, entering the FA Cup a lot earlier. But I reckon it's something we can handle because we've got some very good players at this club. Now, around the grounds in the third round of the Carabao Cup, we are playing on Tuesday, so I will give you all of these. Leyton Orient play Tottenham at home. Newport County welcome Watford. West Bromwich Albion play Brentford at the Hawthorns, while Luton Town welcome Manchester United to Kenilworth Road. Moving on to Wednesday, Preston North End welcome Brighton and Hove Albion to Deepdale, while Fulham play Sheffield Wednesday, a clash last season that was an all-championship affair. Millwall face Burnley at the Den. Gillingham travel away to Stoke City. Chelsea welcome Burnley, a first all-Premier League clash. Leicester City play Arsenal at the King Power Stadium. Fleetwood Town welcome Everton to the West. And this game's significant because whoever wins out of those two will be who we face if we get past this round. I hope it's Fleetwood, but it's likely to be Everton. Now on to Thursday, Bristol City face Aston Villa. Manchester City face Bournemouth, a tie that was an all-Premier League affair last year. And Lincoln City face Liverpool. What a game that will be. Shared shirts now then. And let's face it, you all saw this one coming. It still pains me to this day to see that man every week wearing claret and blue. Because without him, we would be a championship team. But then we'd definitely lost him in the summer. So it was extremely, extremely unlikely that we would have stayed in the championship this season had we kept Bowen for the entirety of last year. And let's face it, with a record of 1 win in 20, we would have, statistically, the worst season in championship history. There's no two ways about it, based on our form after Jarrod Bowen left. But Jarrod Bowen then, 23 years old, born in Leominster, started his career at Hereford, then Steve Bruce snapped him up from Hereford in 2014. Jarrod Bowen broke through in our final Premier League season, but became a regular under Leonid Slutsky and Nigel Adkins in 2017. And up until his departure on deadline day in January 2020, Jarrod Bowen made 124 appearances for Hull City, scoring 52 goals. He left us then for West Ham, and in 14 games for the Hammers so far, he has scored just the single goal. And you can see him there celebrating it, wearing the number 17. This season he has taken back the number 20, which he had for so many years. Well, so many years. 3.5 years at Hull City. Yeah, Jarrod, I miss you. I really, really miss you. Anyway, on to my predicted 11 then. 4-3-3 with Matt Ingram in goal. A back four of Louis Coyle taking the captain's armband once again. Alfie Jones, Sean McLaughlin and Brandon Fleming. Dan Batty, George Honeyman and Greg Docherty are a midfield trio with Thomas Mayer starting for the first time in Hull City colours on the right. James Scott starts on the left and Malik Wilkes leads the line. The bench is George Long, Callum Elder, Martin Samuelson, Keane Lewis Potter, Jacob Greaves, Billy Chadwick and Callum Jones. That's the team in full. That is very similar to what we played against Leeds, and that got us a result. Yeah, don't be surprised if we lose this one, as I say. and we'll get on to my predicted score now, which I've said is a 2-1 win to West Ham. I think it's one of those games that could go down to the wire. If we play the way we did against West Ham, where we soak up the pressure, we could really, really mess them up, as we did with Leeds, and dominate them. But West Ham will put out a stronger team. They, as it showed in the last round, they played Sebastian Haller, Felipe Anderson, Robert Snodgrass, Manuel Lanzini against a League One side. So David Moyes isn't scared. And let's face it, they're all players who are really underperforming. So giving them a go against League One opposition in a cup that has so much integrity that it changes its name every 3 months, it'll, boost their morale a little bit. That's the word. Anyway, that'll do it for the preview then. Thank you all very much for watching. Remember, Youth Foot Helpers FIFA 21 is just a few weeks away. So, once you get the game, they will really come in clutch for you. If, you're struggling with your foot champs the first couple of weeks, hit them up. Use my code OldGrandpa for 20% off. And you will get some amazing, amazing rewards because of these guys. Because they're great, top lads. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.